What's up guys, it's NikadaNK here and welcome to a thumbnail tier list. Exactly, so I have 50 different thumbnails here. I have all of my recent ones, plus some older ones, plus some of the older versions of these thumbnails, because I'll change my thumbnail if I decide it's not good enough. So I've got 50 of them here, and today we're going to be ranking every single one of them on this massive tier list. I've given myself extra rows as well, because some of them are going to be extra good and some of them are going to be extra bad. But no matter what, I made them all. So, you know, this is just, I guess I'm just kind of roasting myself if I put them in F tier. Like and subscribe, but your feet are backwards. First up is the sports game. So this is the first guy to ever make a sports game sketch, or as I call it, the EA skit, because I wanted to do sketch of EA being greedy. I never released part 2 of this sketch because I just lost the motivation for it. But this thumbnail, I'll say this thumbnail is pretty good. I'll give this thumbnail a good, like, I'll give it A tier. I'll give it A tier. It's very high to start off, but I'll give this thumbnail an A tier to start off with. Next up, we have the thumbnail for Meme Review 3. A tier. High A tier, actually. I love this thumbnail so much. It's got like my sound panel in the back for both me and NotFlux, and the 3 in the E. Beautiful. I'm tempted to put it in S tier actually, because it's just so good. Actually, no, yeah, S tier thumbnail. It's so good. Oh, this thumbnail's in here twice. I guess it's 49 unique thumbnails then. Whatever, I don't care. I won a thumbnail making competition in a Discord server and I made a video about it. Arrows. The arrows in this thumbnail really kind of like bring it down. The video did well, but I'll give this thumbnail a D tier, and I'll give it a C tier because it's decent. Like, it's okay. It's mid. It's literally mid. Next, we have part 2 of Minecraft maps with Beth. So this is a fun series that I was doing with my friend at the time, and we were just gonna be playing a whole bunch of Minecraft maps. We were supposed to do more, but we kind of just stopped playing maps. But this thumbnail is good, especially because their character has a diaper on and they specifically requested me to put the diaper there, plus with the big heads in the shadow. It's a funny thumbnail. I'll give it a B tier. Next, we have my video on EV Games Season 2. So EV Games Season 2 had released, and so I made a video on it, and I fucking hate this thumbnail. I give it an F tier. I fucking hate it. I mean, like, the background is so bland and dry. Now, this thumbnail actually got a lot of critical acclaim because the showrunners of EV Games like, oh, this thumbnail is, you know, it's so cool, it's transformative. No, it's not. Fuck this thumbnail. It's just text. Fuck this thumbnail. It's so cringe. Fuck this thumbnail. Fuck this thumbnail. Next, we have Quick Build Challenge Fantasy. Now, I am gonna put this in, like, I'm gonna put it in D tier because the thumbnail, I mean, like, it's got all the avatars of the people who were in it, but it's just kind of boring to look at. But it was the best that I could do at the time. I haven't changed it because the video's done well. I personally don't like it that much. It's decent, you know. For the next quick build thumbnail, I'm gonna try and make it with not so much text in it. Next, we have the top. So this was another sketch that I did where this was immediately after my toolbox sketch, which is not on my channel anymore because it's a bad video. And this is supposed to be a meta joke. It's like, that video is me coming up with the idea of the toolbox video, but it's scripted. It's an okay video, and this thumbnail is even worse. I'll give this an FF. Next up, we have my thumbnail for Flumpty. I'm giving this a B tier. That is a decently good thumbnail. I got a decent reaction in it. You know, the clown is there and the video did well. It's just a very solid thumbnail. I'll give this thumbnail A tier. Next, we have my video on FNAF 1, which is recorded before I dyed my hair. So this is a while ago, actually. I tried to play night 1 of FNAF 1 and fuck me, it did not go well. This thumbnail is decently good. I mean, I'll give it like C. Actually, no, Freddy has blue eyes. I'll give it D. Like, if I was gonna do that, I'd just give Freddy glowing white eyes. Sports games. This is here twice. Oh, so it's 48 unique thumbnails. God damn it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about those two. Now, next up is Geometry Dash episode 4. I put this here in here on purpose just to shit on it. D tier. Actually, you know what? No. I'll give it a regular D. That was D-. I'll give it, no. Actually, you know what? We're making a change. I'm gonna put quick build in C tier and the thumbnail competition video in D tier. Yeah, or that's a D tier thumbnail. This is also gonna go in C tier because even though it's very rough, like, I cut myself out manually in Photoshop against a white wall, not a green screen. So it's very rough, but I love this concept. Okay, now this thumbnail, this was my 16th birthday video, and I made this because I was gonna do a lore thing. I was gonna have an evil personality, and we'll talk about it when we get to these 2 thumbnails here. We'll talk about that some more, but that was what I wanted to go for, and this was my birthday video. I genuinely made it in 3 minutes. It's just a weird video of me. I've got a stroke and I've got a party hat. It's just a fucking shit thumbnail. Actually, no, it's not shit. I'll give it D, not D-. I'll give it a D though. Higher or lower? Fucking amazing thumbnail. Is it SS? Is it? I mean, I'm gonna give this an SS. I'm gonna say higher or lower is an SS thumbnail because it's definitely better than Meme Review 3. Actually, I'm making another change. because I'm indecisive. Bringing this down a tier, this down a tier, this down a tier. Because SS is like very, very reserved for like the best of the best. I've got an idea for a couple that I want to put in SS, but for right now, that's a very, very, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck you. SS. Higher or lower. Great thumbnail. I love that thumbnail so much. How to be a small YouTuber. So this video, I love the idea though of the thumbnail to like have all the different processes in the background, but this background image is just a screen grab from the video. This is when I was still using Vegas. I use Premiere now. I'll give it C tier. It's not better than the quick build thumbnail, but it's still very good. I like the color theme in it. I like the blue with the word small. It's like my one and only like fully original video that I've made, so I'm very proud of it. Infinicraft. Okay, Infinicraft is another series that makes me sad because I was going to do Infinicraft consistently, but then the computer I had stopped working, so I had to get it replaced, or not replaced, but I had to get the motherboard replaced, and they just replaced my SSD. They didn't give me the SSD back that I had. They just replaced it, so I lost the world. So I'm like, not starting over. This was episode 2 of Infinicraft, and I love this thumbnail, but for the wrong reasons. As you can see, this thumbnail doesn't really fit the color theme that I've built up for my channel now. It's because the guy that I had like in my ear at the time, he was very adamant, like, oh, your thumbnails need more color, more color, more color. So I'm like, fuck it, rainbow. It wasn't a thumbnail that I had made for me, and what that means is like I made it because I felt I needed to have more color in it. It wasn't like I wanted to put more color in my thumbnails. I felt that I had to, so I did. I'm putting it in B tier. No, I'm putting it in D tier actually. It's very colorful, bright, bouncy, and it gets attention, and the video did okay, but the reasoning behind why I made it the way that I did holds it back from being like B tier. This is Infinicraft episode 1, and this goes in D tier. This thumbnail is definitely better than Infinicraft 2, and I like that I put the infinity symbol on my eyes because the series is called Infinicraft, and I like the theme of this thumbnail. It's very like green because of the bamboo, and then the orange in like my setup just kind of offsets it. Not the best color contrast, but it still is a contrast. This is a fucking good thumbnail. I'm putting it in C tier actually. Very good thumbnail. Actually, no, fuck it, B tier. Next is the making my new banner, which I have since changed. I have made so many fucking banners for my YouTube channel. I genuinely have made too many. Like, who the fuck let me do this shit? This thumbnail is shit. D minus. Fuck off. It's terrible. It's okay. Like, it definitely does the point of a thumbnail. It's like got me in it. It's a really weird reaction face though. I don't like the question marks. That complex of a gradient just doesn't work. SMP funny moments. This series is dead. Don't ask for it. Shit. It's an F minus. Again, the video did well and it's a decent thumbnail, but this video came immediately after Zombies Funny Moments 1, and I made it because I was like, Minecraft characters in the thumbnail seem to do pretty well, so I just went all out with it. But it's such a weird mishmash. Like, my character's just kind of like hovering over it. There's no glow or pizzazz or anything. Like, it just doesn't look good. Next up, we have a blast from the past. This is 1 hour challenge, the first one that I did in 2020. It's a shit thumbnail, and it has the Unis Honest spiral in it because that's when Unis Honest was around still, and I clickbaited the hell out of them. The skin in the thumbnail is just Steve. I didn't showcase the builds at all. It's not even my custom skin because they didn't have one at the time. It's just Steve. Now on to the sequel to that video, 1 hour build challenge. Now this is the very first version of that thumbnail. This version didn't stay on the platform for too long. I think it was about a couple of days before I changed it, but this is the initial version of that thumbnail, and I'm gonna give it an F. Yeah, it deserves to be an F. Not FF, not horrible, but I was trying to emulate like KSI's Reddit video thumbnails, but it just didn't translate. And then I put text over it, which just demeaned it more. So, and then I changed it to this beautiful beauty, which S tier thumbnail. The change, S tier thumbnail. So here's another instance of me changing thumbnails. This is the original version of Meme Review 4's thumbnail, and you know, it's okay, but like I just find like the background's very bland and you can't really see the meme from far away. Like, from where I'm looking at it right now, it doesn't like look clear. It's a very good thumbnail, and I kept the concept when I changed it, but I have to give this a D minus, whereas the second version I have to give an A. Well, yes, conceptually everything is in the same place, color difference matters. I think this thumbnail and this thumbnail, even though they have all the same elements in the same place, conceptually just more colors the better, and I did these colors because I wanted to do more colors, so haha. Next Next up, we have a video that I did for the Minecraft movie that I was working on, which I am not working on anymore. Shit thumbnail. It's got a great concept. This is the same thing that YouTubers do now, like reaction face in the thumbnail followed by something. Same concept, and if I were to redo that, I could do it better, but just shit execution. Meme review episode 1. Shit. The video is great and it performed, but this thumbnail is just ass water. I made it in 5 minutes. It's got a shit ass background, like the strokes aren't refined, like I just kind of magic erasered the background. It's so shit. I've definitely done well to do better with the thumbnails, but it's just so shit. But I'm not changing it because for the culture. Now this thumbnail with Geometry Dash, I have to give it an S tier simply because I spent about like 3 hours on this thumbnail. I wanted to get that Super Saiyan look of like the fire and everything, and I put a lot of effort into it, and the video didn't perform as well as I wanted it to, but fuck you, I don't care. This thumbnail's awesome. Look at me, I'm a Super Saiyan. Oh, I love this thumbnail. I love this thumbnail, and I want to do more Super Saiyan like effects in thumbnails in the future with Super Saiyan effects. When I was talking about remaking the Reddit style, this is what I meant. This, as you can see, they got the Sidemen chair in the back, straight up ripping off KSI. In fact, only thing that I could have done in there is put the bandana on, but you know what, fuck it. That hair is photoshopped in, and even though the hair is definitely photoshopped, it doesn't look bad, and I was able to get the Sidemen chair and the smoke, and I kind of got it right. I think I did pretty damn good. I'm gonna give this thumbnail a D tier, not because it's like, no, I'm gonna give it a C tier. It's got that original charm in it that a lot of my older thumbnails had, where it's just me dicking around and experimenting and trying something new. I think that's a very good thumbnail. So this thumbnail, I don't even know why this thumbnail's in here. It's shit. This was the first Bed Wars video that I did with a few of my friends, and it's just shit. It's got decent reaction image, but like those little bubbles are just everyone's profile's picture on Discord at the time. They don't have the same PFPs anymore. Now we move on to these two thumbnails. Now, these two videos are supposed to set up a lore on my channel of like the evil Nikada. Oh fuck, he's called Kata. He's gonna fucking kill you or something. I don't know. I like this thumbnail with the arrow in it. I'm gonna give it a B tier. I'm gonna give it an A. I'm gonna give it A tier actually. I'm saying that's an A tier thumbnail. I love that thumbnail. It's this guy can't hear. It's like, why can't he hear? And then the arrow is pointing at me. Love that thumbnail. Follow up is the D tier. I mean, same theme. I gotta give it points for having the same theme and consistency, but like I was using the liquefy effect. I kind of got bullied into using the liquefy effect of my thumbnails, and I hated doing it, but I did it because I was kind of like peer pressured to doing it. So this thumbnail, ha ha ha, this was Sister Location episode 1 when I did Sister Location. This thumbnail, I did the original, and then I had a friend of mine like touch it up and make it cooler, which is why I look so like shook in this thumbnail. I'm gonna give it a B tier. I definitely love that concept of like me and then reacting, and then baby with the green eyes. That actually fits. Instead of Freddy with blue eyes, it's baby with green eyes, and that fits the lore. SMP funny moments is in here, so that's 47 unique though. Just you get it. It's not funny. This is a thumbnail that I did for another Sky Kingdoms video, which, you know, it's kind of, in terms of YouTube, it's not really the worst. In fact, algorithmically, this is probably a B tier thumbnail. I'm gonna give it like a D. I'm gonna give it like, I'll give it D tier. Definitely could have been done with better execution. Now we have the thumbnail for my setup tour. Shit. Dog water. It's just a screenshot from my computer and then the little dresser that I was using. Actually, you know what? I'll give it a regular F. But the word tour is cut off by the time code. Next up, EV Games Season 1. I like this thumbnail. I like it a lot. I like the speed lines. I like the focus on me. I like the YouTube logo in the back. I like it. I'm gonna give it like B tier. It's not S tier. It's an S tier thumbnail. Tierland 1. Oh my god, Tierland 1. SS tier thumbnail. Making thumbnails for Tierland is fucking difficult. At the time, there are no good images of Tieler. There's no good images of him or any of the characters in that fucking game. In fact, I can show you this. Let's look up Tierland right now. These are, I'm assuming these are ripped from the game. This is new. When I was looking this shit up, these high quality renders of the characters weren't fucking here. I didn't have access to this. And now that I do, I actually might remake my other Tierland thumbnails to incorporate the high character renders. This is a genuine reaction image, by the way. It's just so goddamn good. Now the follow-up, number 2, this was ripped from the custom menu. I think this was taken from the custom night menu, and then I just kind of like erased it. So I'm gonna put that in F tier. The third one, the finale, in FF, because that image of Tieler is ripped from the game. The text is out of place. I like the theme that I kept the same background image to note that this is a series, and I really want to recreate these two thumbnails now to give them proper justice. But yeah, no, the first episode is just so fucking fucking amazing in these Twitch kind of like lackluster shit. Minecraft jailbreak, SS, not SS. I'll give it a high S tier actually. High S tier because this thumbnail is directly a rip from Sunday. Like this is literally how Sunday used to do thumbnails, down to the fucking font that he used. It's a very nostalgic thumbnail. You know, I'm behind bars in it. Like it's a really good thumbnail. It didn't even take that long to make. Sky Factory, F tier. Again, I was bullied into using the liquefy effect, and there's the me being on clouds is not a bad concept. The one in the corner isn't a bad concept. The no sieves, like it, you know, it's great. Actually, I'm gonna put it in D- because it's got some elements that I like, and the 4 being orange instead of the default like blue, I think it is on brand. But just the liquefy effect, not for me. And I gave myself buck teeth. I embarrassed myself. Fucking why did I do that? Anyways, holding the laughs, I'm gonna have to give it a I'll give it a B tier. Algorithmically, it's not the best thumbnail because from far away it just says hold laughs. But again, Super Saiyan fire effect on me. I love that. Me try not to laugh. Personally, I give it a B tier thumbnail. It's pretty fucking good. Unpacking my YouTube book bag. It's just not it, fam. And this is one of the first videos that I did after the channel rebrand. And this is when I had the border, the gradient, the black, red, orange, yellow. This is one of the first videos that I did with it. And this is a very good video, but this thumbnail just isn't the moves, man. This video isn't the moves either. That video is kind of, you know, it's alright. I'll give it D tier. I'd say there. Now we have the why I've been gone from YouTube videos. This is the video where I talked about what happened with my laptop breaking. It's a decent thumbnail. Again, the color in the middle, pink and yellow, off brand for me at the time. The gag of me going against myself, like I'm on the phone with myself, you're not gonna get unless you watch the video. So algorithmically, it's pretty shit. I kind of like the idea that I had. It's like communicating things that you're not gonna understand until you watch the video. You know what? I'll give it C tier. It's a mid video and it's a mid thumbnail. Funny moments, Zombies 3, SS thumbnail, goated thumbnail, fucking incredible. It took so goddamn long to do. I love this thumbnail because that's me and that is my girlfriend, Starkos, or as she is going by now, Nymphalia, upcoming VTuber, and that is her model. She doesn't even fucking use that model anymore, but I like it because, you know, I got the pink and the orange. It's very bright and poppy with the colors, the speed lines, the zombie with the hero right eyes. It's just a really good thumbnail. This is Zombies Funny Moments 4. This is the original thumbnail that I made for it, and it's nice and all. Like I'll give it like a B. I'll give it like a B tier because, you know, it's pretty good. But this, when I changed this thumbnail, SS, fucking incredible. Look at that. So the lightning strike in the middle is a brush in Photoshop. Click once, I made it bigger, gave it a gradient, color gradient as it gets from brighter as you go into the center. It's just so goddamn good. It's such a good thumbnail. That zombie looks amazing. Oh shit. Okay, this is the original thumbnail for Funny Moments. This is the precursor to this. So as you can see, the video was called Carrying My Girlfriend in High Pixel Zombies, and that's why in my animator I made the pose to look like I'm carrying her, and I think I did pretty good, but it's just bland. Like I'll give it B tier. It's just kind of bland. Here we have Funny Moments 2. I spent some time like actually planning this thumbnail out. I didn't even do like the full plan. I think it looks good. It's definitely not as good as the other Funny Moments thumbnail. I'll give it like mid B tier. That's what I'll give it. I'll give it mid B tier for this thumbnail. Here's the catalyst that started it all. Funny Moments episode 1. This thumbnail is really good. Like it's a really good thumbnail. It's kind of unintentional because this is the first time that I really like took adding Minecraft characters in my thumbnail seriously with my animator. I struggled with the text, but you know what? Look at that Minecraft Funny Moments. It's you know, it's all right, but the video did well. Like it's almost at 200 views now. So for those reasons, that is why I put it at S tier. And this is my thumbnail tier list. I'm just gonna look over it again, see if I want to make any changes. The shit thumbnails deserve to be where the shit thumbnails are. Now here we go. I made a few changes. This is the final tier list thumbnail. As you can see, SS is a very difficult club to get into. There's only 4 thumbnails that I deemed that good, but I like this distribution. I like this, and I've wanted to do this video for a while to show my like evolution in making thumbnails. I didn't just suddenly get better with the rebrand, because there are some rebrand thumbnails in here that are kind of shit. Wait, all of F tier is comprised of thumbnails from them, except for this one, I guess. But all of F tier is comprised of thumbnails that have the border on them. So it's like adding the border didn't make my thumbnails better. It's what I did within that border that made them better. And now it's giving me insight into thumbnails that I want to remake eventually or whatever. This is my final tier list. If you want to do a tier list like this, if you want to rank my thumbnails, I'll leave the link to this in the description. You can tweet me on Twitter at NikadaNK what you think my best and worst thumbnails are. You guys should actually watch the higher or lower video. Like, you should watch it. It's pretty good.